Hi, my name is Zandrea Bailey and I proudly wear the sash, Miss Triple Century Sports Bar. My fondest family memory would have to be one of our Portland trips. We love the beach, we love to spend time together, and we love food. And we always get the best jerk sausages in Boston.
JBN, we keep you informed. Miss Universe Jamaica 2014 finalist Zandrea Bailey lost the battle to Lupus. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Miss Universe Jamaica 2014 finalist Zandrea Bailey has died after a long battle with lupus. Bailey, 29-year-old, who died on Sunday, has been hailed for her beauty and breathtaking smile. She had spent the last few weeks at the Long Island Jewish Hospital in New York, where she died. She was diagnosed with lupus in 2012. After going to the doctor in 2012, she was firstly diagnosed with dengue fever and instructed by doctors to take leave from her job, drink lots of fluid, and get some rest. 3 weeks passed with no improvement. Instead, she started to get worse, losing control of her lower limbs. After numerous visits to various hospitals, Bailey was admitted to the Kingston Public Hospital when doctors realized that her kidneys were failing. Upon admission, she was pumped with liquid steroids, which saved her life. 3 weeks later, she was diagnosed with systematic lupus. In a 2017 interview, she recounted how her father helped her through the illness. He would sleep on my bed at nights to help me go to the bathroom, she recounted.
My name is Zandrea Bailey. I'm 24. I have systematic lupus. Life before lupus was awesome. University days, played football, partied, drinking, friends, carnival, everything was awesome. And then in 2012, I began feeling extremely weak, and I went to the UE hospital and they diagnosed me with dengue fever. So I was told to take a break from work and relax, drink a lot of water so it could come out of my system. So I went home and my body just started to deteriorate from there. About 3 weeks after that, I could not keep any food down, and I just continued to get very, very weak. Severely ill, couldn't stand on my own, could hardly walk. And one night I was home in bed, and I called my dad and I told him that I was feeling really, really off. Something was going on. I could hardly feel my feet and my skin was scaling, so I told him I was feeling very dehydrated and I needed to go to the hospital. So he brought me to the hospital just to get some dehydration fluid. We didn't think it was anything too serious. So when we finally got to see the doctor, he told me that he wanted to run some tests on my liver and my kidneys. After being there for about 3-4 hours, he came back and he said, "Well, Miss Bailey, we have to admit you because both your kidneys are failing." So I went over to be admitted, but then I was there waiting for another 5 hours, so my father decided that he was going to take me home. So I went home. Fortunately, I was to see a hematologist in Kingston the next day. However, when I woke up that morning, I could not walk. I could not feel anything from my waist down. So we went into Kingston and saw the hematologist. She said to me that there's a virus fighting your system, but I'm not sure what it is. So I'm going to send you to do some follow-up tests on your kidneys and your livers just across the road. So when I went to the lab and they were trying to get blood to do the test, there was no blood coming out of my body. And my fingertips got blue and my toes got blue, and I started to just throw up. So the lab technician said they should rush me to the nearest hospital. So we went to the UE hospital. They said they weren't admitting any patients that day because the students were doing exams. And so we went to Medical Associates and they said it was $75,000 per night and $75,000 to get treatment started. So my father decided to take me to the Kingston Public Hospital. Luckily, when I finally got on the ward at Kingston Public Hospital, The doctor on the ward was a friend of mine from university, Rashawn Samuels, and I explained to him what was happening in my body. So he immediately started pumping me with some steroids, liquid steroids, in the form of an IV. The next morning, when the senior doctors came to my bed, they told me that if he hadn't started pumping me with the steroids, I would have died that night. After being in the hospital for 3 weeks, I was diagnosed with SLE, systematic lupus. And that caused my kidneys to fail, as well as I couldn't walk. My spine nerves were damaged, my leg nerves were damaged, and all the nerves in my body were damaged. I had to do blood transfusions, and they wanted to do a kidney biopsy, but luckily I didn't have to get to that stage. Both my kidneys healed before I left KPH. So I guess I'm a lucky one. I was discharged on Christmas Eve. I went home for Christmas, all my family came on my bed and had family dinner for Christmas that year. I still couldn't walk, and so my dad slept on my bed every night to help me to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. And one day he just said to me, "It's time for you to walk again." So he lifted me up and we practiced walking. I did no physiotherapy at all. So that was another blessing. So finally I started walking on my own and being able to help myself again. So I decided that I'm going to go after everything that I ever wanted to do in life. So I gained 60 pounds because of the steroid medications that I was taking. So I decided that I was going to enter a Miss Jamaica competition this year. And so I had to get in shape. So I lost those 60 pounds and I auditioned at 142 pounds for Miss Jamaica Universe, and I was selected as one of the finalists. And during the time of the pageant I lost 12 pounds and I wore 5-inch heels every day for training, and I was a top 10 finalist in the show. So I guess all you have to do is follow through with your dreams. No matter what your situation is, it's possible, because it was possible for me. And you just have to live every day as if it's your last. I know it's kind of hard to hear, but that's my motivation.
Jade McLaren, her friend, shared video calls with Bailey every Sunday evening. But yesterday, instead of sharing a video call, McLaren received word that Bailey had died. About 2 weeks ago, her heart stopped for 2 minutes, and after some efforts, they finally got her back. That's when we realized that sooner or later it was going to happen, and God was preparing us for the inevitable, McLaren said. Carl Williams, one of the partners of Uzuri International, the Miss Jamaica Universe franchise holders, described Bailey as a remarkable young woman with $1 million smile. Williams said, "I heard today and I'm deeply saddened at her death. She was an amazing young lady, really smart and really likable." He said that Bailey's cause during the pageant had been to raise awareness about lupus, and I really thought she would have pulled through. In 2014, she lost her mother to lupus, and that same year became a finalist in the Miss Universe Jamaica pageant. I had met her 2 years before she entered the contest, and I had encouraged her to enter. Then she had called me back the following year saying that she felt ill and said, "Carl, I can't do it now." When she returned to enter the following year, she had gained a lot of weight, but she came to the pageant and worked it off, and was one of our standout contestants, placing in the top 10. She really used the platform to raise awareness of the lupus disease, Williams said. Williams said Bailey was one of the standout contestants at the Miss Jamaica Universe pageant in 2014. She was a crowd favorite because of her natural hair, her beautiful dark skin, and her $1 million smile. After the pageant, we kept in touch. She was really close to Casey Fennell, who won the 2014 pageant, who was torn up about Bailey's death. Zandrea will be sadly missed, Williams added. Though she placed 6th in the competition, Bailey left an impression on the minds and hearts of many with her vibrant personality and fervent drive to advocate for lupus awareness in Jamaica. On her mission, she established the Sidlin Bailey Lupus Foundation in honor of her mother, who also died from the condition. Plans were afoot to get the foundation more active this year. Another close friend, Imani Nevins, is still in disbelief over the news. I'm still waiting on her to call or message me. This not real, she said. She's the strongest person I've ever met and is as beautiful on the inside as she is on the outside. She would be sick and her words would be, stop the bawling, me fine. I am crying now and I feel as though I'm disappointing her because she wouldn't want me to be crying. Despite what she has experienced, she always found the time and made the effort to ensure that her friends and family were okay. Rest in peace, Zandrea. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.